as well. So with that being said, Hannah, I'm going to stop sharing and pass this to you. I know you're going to go through again some of the project and some of the latest and greatest features, and then we can kind of pick it up from there.
Yes. Thank you so much, Tim. All right, let's jump in. One moment. Is that... Sorry, I think I had a sharing screen error there for a moment. Hopefully this works this time. Okay.
There you go.
Here we go. Perfect. All right. So thank you so much, Tim and Dax, for having me on today. We are so excited to get to partner with Amtex formally for this upgrade program. I know that Amtex has been doing, hundreds of these for a number of years, and we've received rave reviews from our customers on how those upgrades have gone. But what we heard from so many of you in meeting at Summit over the last year in person is that you were looking for a smoother way to upgrade to the latest version of WebFOCUS. And this program is designed to make that transition as seamless as possible. So I wanted to cover just a couple of things about WebFOCUS 9.3 for those of you who may not be as familiar with the new features, and then also jump into a program overview. So WebFOCUS 9.3 really is the time to make that move and make that upgrade. If you've been holding out, this is your sign. It featured a comprehensive redesign of ReportCaster, which after doing many of these workshops with Amtex, we've heard from so many customers that ReportCaster is a critical part of their WebFOCUS deployment. So I really think that you all are going to enjoy this new user interface. It's much easier to use, it's much more efficient, and you can schedule and distribute reports and content directly from the WebFOCUS hub. And there's even a button in WebFOCUS Designer that takes you directly to ReportCaster. So the whole user experience is just much, much better in WebFOCUS 9.3. Additionally, we're continuing our investments in WebFOCUS Designer. This means that for those of you who are still using InfoAssist, it's time to make the move. It's time to break up with InfoAssist and App Studio and move over to Designer. There are a lot of new features that we've added to Designer, but additionally, we've closed that feature gap between the different tools, and you can actually open those InfoAssist charts and reports directly in Designer and then use all of the new Designer features on those old charts and reports. So I personally feel like that's very exciting. Additionally, we added a new portals user interface that includes a drag and drop interactive canvas feature. And now, for those of you who are Excel nerds, which I consider myself one of, now you have Excel SX document integration. So that's exciting. Additionally, as of WebFOCUS 9.3.3, so that's our most recent service pack, DSML has undergone a major makeover. So this includes now being able to download that on a Windows operating system, which is huge. I know many of you all have been waiting to download DSML services until it was available for Windows, and now it is. So that's a big move. Additionally, we also have a new large language model powering our NLQ engine. This is driving increased accuracy of results, and it can handle higher capacity. So this is huge. Generative AI is big in the market right now, and we're excited to be able to use that in a bigger way in WebFOCUS, and to see you all use that as well. So if you're curious about any of these features, feel free to drop me a note in the chat, and I'm happy to send you more resources on any of these, and we can discuss them at length at some point. Additionally, 9.3 is our first long-term support release. This means that 9.3 is supported for 5 years from the date of product release, and we'll continue to make sure that your experience is extraordinarily stable and offer continued service packs. And it just gives you more time to be able to stay on a stable release and really invest in new things in your deployment and start to build better within WebFOCUS. So this is really exciting for us. If you aren't yet on a 9 series release, so if you're on 8 or 7 or 6, I think most of our customers who aren't on 9 are on 8. But if you haven't yet moved to 9, you're getting so much by moving to 9.3. So not only do you get that, again, the long-term support release feature is huge, but you're also getting just an overall very modern look and feel and experience for you and your team members. There are amazing new authoring tools. I mentioned Designer. There's just so much in Designer that wasn't available anywhere else before that. Additionally, we have a really amazing new entry point into WebFOCUS. It's our WebFOCUS hub, and this allows for a very collaborative experience across your organization so that you're able to work with your team in a very collaborative way, which we know is extremely important whenever it comes to analytics. Additionally, those intuitive and modern features have led to really enhanced visual storytelling. There's just a lot more that you can do in the tool. So if you are interested, again, in any of these features, just drop me a note in the chat. Happy to supply some additional information. And of course, we're continuing to invest in security measures across the product. So a lot to offer with the newest versions of WebFOCUS in Series 9, and especially in version 9.3. So if you're ready to make the move, which hopefully you are ready as of now, but if you're ready to make the move, you can go ahead and register for the WebFOCUS Upgrade Program at our website. As soon as I hand this back over to Tim, I'm going to drop that link in the chat. And whenever you register for that program, you'll get a personalized email from me giving you all of the next steps for what to do. We have an awesome self-assessment and discovery tool that allow you to get a good idea of the complexity of your upgrade in advance of any work on your upgrade or any meeting with the IBI team or with the Amtex team. It just gives you some initial insight into the work that will need to be done either by your team or by the Amtex team or some combination. So once you've completed that upgrade self-assessment and you get that initial complexity score, we'll go ahead and make that introduction to Amtex. You'll get access to a free Amtex-led workshop, and we'll be there too. IBI will be alongside you throughout the process. And coming out of that workshop, you'll get a tailored recommendation for your upgrade go forward plan. So we're really excited about this program. We've already met with, goodness, a number of customers at this point to do these workshops, and it's been exciting. I've really enjoyed hearing what customers are excited about with the new versions, and we're looking forward to supporting you along the way. So thank you so much, Tim. I'm going to pass it back to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Let me, hopefully you can see my screen now again. And I would say while I'm trying to figure out how to get my stuff to pop up, there we go. If you're even thinking about doing it, I would again encourage you to take advantage of this. Sign up. It doesn't commit you to doing a upgrade, but it does give us a chance to help you figure out what it would look like and give you our advice. And this is an IBI program. Amtex is partnering with on it. So if you say, I don't understand these IBI people, the guy I'm looking at now looks a little scary, we would rather just work with IBI. You're not going to hurt our feelings, but we are definitely excited to work with a lot of people in partnership with this. But I would encourage you guys just to sign up, at least figure out kind of what you're looking at, and then we can figure out if and when you need extra support along the way, or how Amtex can even be a part of that through this. So now I'm not talking, we're doing the poll question, what new features you're most excited about. Very cool. I'm not shocked at seeing a lot so far for the new designer capabilities. All right, so let's give it another few more seconds and then go ahead and end this, and then I am going to share results. All right, so as you can see, the new designer capabilities, that's what I would have thought as well. In DSML, I think, again, we still are talking to people about how do you use DSML, how do you use data science, and predictive capabilities within the product. And I see that more and more and see that continuing to progressed, but it's still, as in everything, it's, how do I figure out how to make this a part of what we're doing? And it's becoming more and more just a part of analytics and not a separate subject now. It's just like, yes, we're doing analytics. Part of that is not only telling people what we have or telling our users what we have, but telling them what needs to be, or hopefully what they